Hey guys, Brad coming at you here. I thought I would do this video before I went to bed tonight. It is that time of year again where we vote on the YouTube Sports Caller Hall of Fame. I was lucky enough to be voted in last season, and I think I've voted every year, and I figured it was my duty to do it again. And knowing this was coming up last night, I actually went and made a list, and people are always like, oh, it's so tough. And then you wonder, like, oh, was it really tough? Well, I'll show you as we end this here what I came up with. Now, the rules are you have to be making content for a year to vote, and you've had to be making content 3 years to get voted in. However, me personally, to narrow it down, as you will see why I have to do, I always do 5 years. I've done it every year I voted. If you haven't done it 5 years, I kind of put you on the waiting list, so to speak, right? So that's how I personally do things. There are plenty of great channels that are around 3 years, just over, that I love to death, but in due time, you know what I mean? Got to do some of the old guys first is the way I look at it. So here we go. Without further ado, I did come up with 10 names. That definitely was not a problem. But it's just which 10, right? So first up, we've got AmishDaveArcher. Now, I was considering, because I even asked him, do you want me to vote for your podcast instead? But I'm a rules man, and I have rules. So being that my rule was 5 years, even though the people on the channel have been on YouTube for more than 5 years, their channel is just over 3. So that's why I just be consistent with my rules. I'm a rules guy. I went with the individual. We'll go AmishDaveArcher. Dave. Collection of many. It's amazing. He's amazing. I'm not going to go way in depth with these guys. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you're going to know all these people. But Amish Dave, you should be in the Hall of Fame. Way overdue. Next guy is definitely way overdue. We got Purple GT22 Steve. Big Braves, Falcons, wrestling, you name it. He's crazy, and I mean that in an awesome way. Love the guy. Steve, you need to be in. Hopefully this is the year. Purple GT22, you got my vote again. I'm pretty sure I voted for both of these guys every year I've done it. Number 3, another guy I'm pretty sure I voted for every year. BertCat8. You want to see some of the nicest Bart stars you've ever seen? This is a guy you want to check out, but it's not just Bart Starr. He collects a lot of other cool Packers and sets like NFL 100, Hall of Fame sets. You're a football man like me, definitely go check him out. Joey, you are a Hall of Famer in my book. Number 4, the smart aleck of the group, I guess you would call him, right? Because I'm Carlos, another Packer fan. Oh, we've got 2 Packer fans already. Mike Badano, super collector. Just all kinds of awesome stuff. He is also known for being live every week, or sometimes even twice a week. Amazing content. I find him pretty funny. Like I said, he's sarcastic. People think sometimes he's like jerky, but I think he's hilarious. Carlos, you get my vote, buddy. Number 5, I believe last year I called him one of the more underrated channels on YouTube, that has an amazing collection, and it seems like even some of the old guys don't know about him. So that's what I'm trying to change. GroundZero, Dwayne. Pittsburgh guy, Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Penguins, Ohio State fan, collects all those things, does TTMs as well. Great guy, great collection. And like I said, I think we need to get him a little more notoriety. You guys will love his channel. Number 6, probably the elder statesman of my group. One of my favorite people. Jericho941IMI. Michael, I finally got to meet this man at the National. We just had a blast talking with each other. Love this guy. Everybody knows him. Johnny Bench, Hank Greenberg, all day. Roots for the Vikings. So we share a lot of pain the last how many years, right? Michael, just one of the best dudes out there. Number 7, another guy. I am shocked with how many baseball people are here that this guy is not in. Lefty NDV10 Drew. This guy, I remember when I first got on YouTube, he was the young guy that used to rip it out boxes, actually, a lot. That's what I actually remember him starting as, and then has shifted his collection now to where he's mainly like a T206 in that era type of guy. That's his main collection, but he still loves the Braves, still will pick up Chipper Jones stuff. But great guy, great channel. And he's like another one of those guys you like felt like you almost saw grow up, like you've seen him like his whole adult life. It seems like. So very cool. Been on here forever as well. Needs to be it. Let's see, number 8. Another one of my favorite that I feel like a lot of people still don't know about. Bears 9 McMahon. If you can guess by the name who he collects. Old Jack collects Jim McMahon. Easily the best collection of Jim McMahon that I've ever seen. I don't know. There's always somebody out there, right? But known him many years. Always supportive. Love Bears Night. He is most known for... He used to be known for live mail days with some of the worst shipping practices you've ever seen. Hilarious stuff. We're laughing with you, not at you, Jack. You should be in the Hall of Fame. Number 9. Thisfilmnotyetrated. I'm pretty sure I voted for this guy every year, too. Another Michael on the list. Probably originally known for the Clay Matthews Super Collector when he first started. Now he still has plenty of nice Clay Matthews, but this year he has picked up some of the sickest Packers stuff. You will see. So we have 3 Packers fans on this list. Ugh. I don't know. My family probably wouldn't like that. But another just wonderful individual. Been around a long time. And still pumps out. All these guys still will pump out videos. Now, not as often as they used to, but they still make content. They are still around. And you, sir, should be in the Hall of Fame. Number 10, and last but not least, Pdazz Paul, a guy who took a break in these middle years and came back a couple years ago. Been on here probably 15 years if you take his latest video. But you want to talk about another guy. If you like Yankees, you like Knicks, you need to check out this channel. If you're a New Yorker, he has got some of the rarest stuff from the what I call the greatest era of sports cards for me. Most people think it's vintage, but if you're doing modern, the 03 to 2011 is probably the best era for cards in the modern era, in my opinion. And he's got some of the sickest stuff from that era. It's just amazing. Paul's amazing. Way overdue as well. So that's my 10. And for, like I said, for people who don't realize, especially as you do this longer and longer, these are all names that were in consideration for voting that have been doing content for 5 years. I could have voted for either one of these and been okay, and I could have done this thing like 5 times. So here you go. Check all these people out. These are all old guys that still make content. And by old, I'm saying over 5 years. They're still around. They still make content. So all the newbies, definitely go check all these guys out. We'll leave it here. You see, you got the Broncos 70. He's going to be mad at me. I left. He was like, oh, so close. But this isn't in any particular order, by the way. But like all these guys, around forever. Should all probably be in the Hall of Fame. But this is the great part about it. Sometimes it just takes a while. This guy, you want to see the sickest collection of football autographs? Recently came back to YouTube in the last year. Wuju 2004. Go check him out. Probably the best collection of football autographs you'll see. So, look at this. B.D. Kane. He's been around over 10 years, I think. Army ATC. Another guy we saw grow up his adult life, basically. All these guys still around. Ichiro. Henry collects everything under the sun. Love Henry. Look at this. Daniel, I think you missed he was my 10th guy last year. Sorry, bro. Like I said, it's tough. I could vote for all these guys and be okay with it. Squeep at 21 is probably another guy who should have been in there. All these guys still make content. He used to be known as Dominus Infinitus. Now, mainly does a business thing, but amazing person. So, this whole list. I'm going to leave it there. You can pause it. Check these guys out. Like I said, they're still around. Old guys are still around. And to give you an idea, back here, these are guys who don't make content anymore, that videos are still up. We all wish they'd come back. These are just a list of a few. I can keep going. But these are guys who, like, the videos are still up. Yeah, some of you old guys are going to remember these names, right? And you still see them sometimes on Instagrams or Facebooks. You'll still run into them. But guys who don't really make videos anymore, I mean, look at that. And then older guys who would have been qualified, but they like deleted their videos or whatever and came back. You got these guys here, still around. Eastern Kinetic Sports Guard, Herd Fan 87, Greg Thomas 82, Be More Greg. And then next year, these are going to be going to be added to the list. Look at this. So, for those who say, oh man, this was tough, particularly as the longer you do it, the more you're going to find that that's the case. That gives you an idea. So, if you were missed off the top 10, don't take it personally. You could have easily been in there. But this is great to get to know the channels. That's why I have never done that before. I just wanted to give you guys a list of old people that have been on here 5 years plus that are still around, you know. So that's the list for this year. Best of luck to everyone. I encourage you all who are active to vote. Because what do we always say in politics? If you don't vote, you can't complain. Later, guys.